Hey everybody, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to work a bit on this corner over here. And right after that, I'm gonna do a lot on the countryside. I'm going to finish the other side of the bridge, add a whole bunch of height and match that height over here. And of course, I'm going to add a whole bunch of trees and plants. So let's start. Over here, I'm just gonna fill in the gaps, blend it in, and add some nice details. So let me remove everything first. And I created two of these panels with just a couple of different gray bricks and elements. And they should fit in perfectly right here. And as you can see, I need to add a bit more to completely blend this in. So I'm adding just one more layer of bricks on the left side. And the rest I will blend in with just this green slope and with some green plates and stuff. And then I've built this small tree or big plant. And I think this would fit in nice right here in this corner. And I got two of these cute flower pots. They were from an old Lego Friends set. I think it was a tree planter's truck that had these cute ones with them. I love them. Just a porch light over here. And then we'll have a nice bench to sit down and enjoy the flowers. It is slowly really coming to life. I like it. And it just needs a couple of things like this water ball and some dog food, because this guy and his dog are moving in to the apartment above the sweet shop. And here's the dog. It looks like somebody is coming over and I think he's ready for it. Now let's focus on the countryside. Just gonna add a couple of trees, just some basic trees. First, I'm just gonna check and see where I'm gonna put these, and I think here in the back would look good. So I'm just gonna remove some of these mills so that I can plant these trees within the mills plates. And because these trees have like this Technic piece on the bottom, I'm putting them in these rounded bricks because they have a hole on top of them where I can just stick them in, and then I'll mills plate a bit around them. Right now, I did put them in a yellow piece, and I am going to switch them out with some brown ones later, because even though you put some wedge plates and things around it, you still will see that bit of yellow or weird color that you've used. So I did switch them into brown ones, I think off camera because I can't find the footage, but I realized my mistake later on and switched them out. So once I finished really building them into the mills plate, I do have this weird square of olive green around it. I will blend that in later. I created these bigger trees with the cherry blossom set and just replaced the cherry blossoms with leaf elements. After these two trees, I'm just gonna spread around some smaller trees, very basic trees, but it needs more over here. So I'm just starting out with this, just a bit of variation, and later on I will add more customized trees. I do still have another cherry blossom set, so I'll probably build a couple of more trees very soon. And now I'm just going to focus on a very small detail, but I think a great one. I got it from the comments. Right now it looks like these ducks are floating on top of the water. So I'm just going to remove the stud that I placed them on and stick them on the bottom directly, and that way I think it looks way better. And I do think I am going to apply that ripple effect he was talking about. Should have checked the name, but thanks for the suggestions in the comments. Love them. Well, that looks a lot better already. All these small details together really make a big difference. I do feel like we need more trees, so I'm going to add a couple of trees really quick. So I did open up my extra set that I had of the cherry blossom, and I created a couple of more trees. So right now I'm just placing these trees on top and not really building them into the mills plate. And that's because I am going to raise the height of most of this. So I'll build them in the mills plate at the same time I'm adding more height. And before I am going to add more height over here in the back, I am going to fix the end of the road or the other side of the bridge by making the back the same height as the bridge. So I'm just gonna have to add a couple of bricks underneath to make sure it's the same height. And I think I have to add just one more plate to make it the same height. Once I figured out how high it all should be, I'm gonna replace some parts with just some better looking bricks. I also created a wall for this side of the bridge. Then I'm just gonna have to fill in this gap and put some plates on top of that. And after that, I'm going to try to match that height over here. And I'm gonna start on just removing the top layer of plates, and then all the bricks underneath will get a whole bunch of extra bricks to add more height. I'm building it 6 bricks high. That's the same height as the bridge and the end of the bridge. The front of the hill, I'm just stacking up all the green bricks that I have. And once I've added the final layer of green plates on top, you can see it is 1 plate higher than that platform on the other side of the bridge, on the bridge end. And that's because I still have to add either tiles or green plates or whatever I'm going to build over there. Once I've added that final layer, it should be exactly the same height. And to make it less square and soften the edges a bit, I'm adding all the slopes and roof tiles in green that I can find. And I'm just spreading them around this hillside. And once I've done that, I just have to put back the trees that I knocked over. And I didn't build them into the mills yet, and that's because I think I need more height, or that hill needs to continue a bit more to the left. So that's probably for the next video. And you also may notice that there's a tree on the left right now. That was the tree that was originally above the waterfall, but it was blocking the view of the waterfall a bit too much. So I decided to move it just on the other side of the waterfall. And now the left side of the water has a nice tree also. And with that, I think I've built enough for one video. And I think I made a big difference. It looks a lot better. It looks a lot more interesting because it isn't so flat anymore. And the trees really bring it to life. It also looks way more polished, just that side of the bridge. And what I like the most is that it looks good from every angle right now. It looks way more finished and polished, and I can't wait to add all the stories that I want to tell in this countryside. There's enough to do still, and I guess that's what I like about Lego. There's always something to do or something to improve, and definitely always something to build. I want to thank you all for watching. Hit that like button if you liked it just as much as I liked building this. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!